Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you wherever you are in the world. Very quickly, I have an interesting conundrum for you. It's looking at devotional, and it was talking about if someone doesn't hear the word no, then they get themselves into trouble or that they won't get anywhere. So if you're raised up and you're never being told no, you're always being told yes you can, you would grow up with what people say now is an entitlement attitude, like I'm entitled to get this because I know I'm used to things my way. So in other words, if you're saying, well, everything always works out for me, and I know that somehow, in some way I can do this, I can do this, and I can get this, because I always have. Whereas some will say, well, no, that you're walking around like you're thinking, like the world owes you something. And everyone has to bow down to your whims. And the funniest thing is that today, now, my hair, this is my blog. If somebody turns around and says, well, okay, this person over here is not going to bow down to nobody's whims. I'm unapologetically just myself. If you don't like it, tough. I don't care. That's your problem, not mine. Or in other words, that's said in a more loving way. That is your issue. That's not something I choose to take on. And frankly, you saying all of this to me right now, the energy is toxic. And so they walk away. Stay with me on this. How is that different to the one that was just saying over a minute ago that they would not accept the word no because they never raised up with it? They weren't raised up with it. So it's not, oh, you can't do this. Yes, I can. How can I do it? You might not be the right person. You might not be the right time. But who are you to say no? You're just leading me to the next person that's going to be telling me yes. So they say in sales, every no leads you closer to a yes. So if there's anything that I was listening and I was reading and to take away from this, and I've said this each and every single time, what you read, what people will tell you, see if it resonates in here, regardless of who. Sometimes, as I say to you, I say to me, sometimes the lessons may come from people that those other people are saying can't tell you nothing, because if you look at where they are, come on. But those same people that are saying look at where they are could have been in a different place a long time ago, and those lessons are still in their head. Maybe they faced more adversity in different ways. Maybe they reacted differently to grief. Maybe they've lost more people than perhaps you have in a way, or I have in a way. So that's what I guess I got to, just that point. Now, it's first thing in the morning, and it's a Wednesday. So is it a hump day, or is it it's a Wednesday and it's a well-being day. And in England it's really cold, so it's probably, better to have warmth in well-being. So, and because of the fact of saying that, sometimes well-being can be cold. Just to maintain your well-being, Some people can be cold about it. Cold to be able to overcome the adversity and allow it to be able to redirect their energy into a different way. And yet, at the very, very core of it, if love is not forced, love comes naturally, then maybe that's where the warmth of it all comes in. Love, a warm embrace, or a cold embrace. Reality, a damn cold embrace at times. So yes, we know that whether it's warm or whether it's cold, and life being life, we learn to embrace various challenges. But when it comes to our health, when it comes to our being the best version of ourselves, when it comes to being able to get up, feel motivated to do what it is that we get to do. It's often not until those things are taken away from us that we start to understand we don't have to do them, we get to do them. And as we get to do them, maybe they're the smallest blessing, like to get up, walk out, go for a walk, take that 10 minutes out, pick up the phone, speak to your friends, schedule the days you'd like to, outside of work if you're blessed to be working. And yeah, now saying that, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'm about to get up and start my day and take it from there. Ciao.